Hey, everybody, and welcome to True Crime Paranormal with this psychic sister. This is Katie Weaver, and I'm here for the Friday pop up. But first, alrighty. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday and a good kickoff to the weekend. We're just going to do some weird crime. There's always some weird crime. And I have got some weird ones for you tonight. First of all, looks like there has been a rash of theft in California that all has to do with food. Yeah. Well, first of all, it looks like the police have solved the mystery of 21 tons of missing nuts. That's right. Touchstone Pistachio Company might have thought they were going nuts when they discovered in an audit that they were missing an enormous amount of pistachios. 21 tons. That's 42,000 pounds of missing pistachios. Those can't just be in the back room. So, detectives with the Tulare Sheriff's Office have made an arrest. They discovered a nefarious plot, to steal the nuts by one of the truckers who was hauling the nuts. So he took the nuts from the yard where they were stored and moved them somewhere else where they were furiously repackaging them because the nuts themselves were actually stored in 2,000-pound sacks. Where do you even get a 2,000-pound sack? Anyway, they were repackaging them into much smaller sacks so that they could resell them. And they did finally get caught. The dollar value of those nuts is about $100,000. And so you can imagine he's in really deep water. This isn't petty theft. This is a major theft. And he'll probably go to prison for quite a while for this one. Now, they don't think he did it on his own because obviously somebody was repackaging the nuts for sale. And so they're now looking for accomplices. So it's likely that more than just the one trucker will go down for this because clearly it wasn't just him. His name, by the way, is Alberto Montemayor. And again, they are looking for accomplices. So police are saying that if you are in the Sacramento area and you have seen anything odd with pistachios going down, to let them know. I don't know, somebody going door to door, selling them on the side of the road, some kind of black market pistachio situation going on. I don't really know. Yeah. Well, there you go. Anyway, not the best plan. But in the meantime, another theft happened in the same area. Now, this was the case of stolen Tillamook cheese vans. So apparently, Tillamook was getting ready to have a tour. This was their Love Loaf tour. And they had 3 bright orange minibuses that were on a trailer being pulled by a semi, and they were stolen out of the hotel parking lot where they were stored for the night. And so police, of course, were trying to, yes. Can you imagine? Okay, I'm going to be full of stupid jokes here. I might not do them because I don't know, but can you imagine what the truck driver said when he pulled out that morning, wandered out of his hotel to leave, and his truck was gone? Well, great. Got it? Great. Grate. Okay, yeah. I know. Not funny. Not that funny. Well, great. Anyway, the article said that if they ever find the suspects, they will certainly be grilling them. Yeah, so they did find them. They found in a warehouse, they found all 3 minibuses, all in good report, apparently. However, the truck and trailer were completely burned out. So, not completely great, but at least the minibuses were found because who doesn't want a Tillamook cheese store, right? Yeah. Cammy says she hopes there aren't any holes in his story. Oh, Cammy. See, you're my kind of gal. Yeah. I know. The article also, it was in Huffington Post, by the way. They said that they hoped that these monsters would get caught. Yeah, I could make these cheese jokes all day till I was blue in the face. Okay, I'll move on. I promise. I'm sorry. Anyway, there was another food related incident that happened. Hello, Betty. That happened. I should say hi to all the chatters, actually. What am I doing? I don't know. So, hi to Cammie, Elizabeth, JR, and Betty. Glad to have you guys all here. Just showing up for some fun tonight. There is a waitress that, so she had, this happened in New Jersey just last week, a 20-year-old waitress. She watched one of her tables sneaking out without paying. And apparently she has had enough of this. So she chased them out to their car. They were in a white SUV. And they pulled her into the vehicle and took off. And while they, it doesn't look like they went very far, only around a couple of blocks. And then they came back, pulled back through the parking lot and pushed her out of the car and kept going. So she, of course, called the police and she's got some bruises and a possible concussion. The police are saying with the dining and dashing, please don't chase people down. That's a very dangerous thing to do. Just get their license plate number and call us. But not only did they dine and dash, they didn't bother to tip. And she was going for her tip, by God. I'm guessing she took good care of them and they just didn't bother. It's not cool, man. But but she went full on ninja mode, vigilante mode, and went after them. So thank goodness she's okay, actually. That must have been really terrifying, to be honest. I can only imagine. Not good. Well, there has been a crime at Yellowstone. And you guys know that we live near Yellowstone. Yellowstone is near and dear to Christy and I's heart. And just recently, there has been the death of a grizzly bear that isn't uncommon. This is a grizzly bear 394. He was 25 years old, so he was old. And he was found washed up on the banks of the Yellowstone River in Montana. He was only 600 pounds, which means that he has been wasting away just a little bit, over the last couple of years. People that photographed the bear said that they've been watching him getting thinner and thinner, and that's normal towards the end of a bear's life. And so for him to die isn't any weird thing. Of course, we expected that to happen at some point. The sad part is that when he first died, a local photographer, a guy named George Booman, he photographed him and did measurements for his artwork. He's actually a photographer and a sculptor, so he was going to make a sculpture of the bear, and that's all fine and good. But then he, alerted the authorities that he had found him in the Yellowstone River along the side, and that he was deceased. And so authorities went to gather up his body and take it, because they'll take it back to just research it and see, what they need to know about his death. When they found him, his head was gone and his claws were gone, which means that people in Yellowstone took souvenirs from this bear's dead body. It's illegal to possess any part of a grizzly bear because they are a protected species. It's also just gross. Like, who does that? So, who knows? They'll probably never catch who did it unless somebody is stupid enough to go to a taxidermist with him, and maybe they will. And I would think any good taxidermist would recognize a grizzly bear head and that you're not supposed to have one because no one's supposed to have one. But yeah, who does that? Anyway, gross. Not impressed. Oh yeah, County said her tip was the hospital bill, right? Yeah, that's what she got out of the deal. And probably a concussion and a scary ride. However, I hope those fools think twice about doing something like that again. They didn't expect for the waitress to fight back, but anyway, so RIP to 394, and really too bad that this is what was done. Yep. All righty. Well, there is quite the situation going on in Little Rock. This is probably my bigger part of my broadcast tonight. I am so interested and amused in this story. So, this gentleman right here is a vigilante. His name is Shadow Vision. He is currently living in Little Rock and he is hunting for a serial killer. Apparently, there's an active serial killer right now in Arkansas, in the Little Rock area, that they're calling the slasher. So he has attacked and killed 4 that we are aware of, or I'm sorry, attacked and killed 3 that we're aware of and injured 1 that was not. So there's a surviving victim named Deborah Walker who was stabbed 15 times. But he also stabbed and killed Larry McChristian, Jeff Welsh, sorry, and an unidentified man that they are calling Old School, but they don't have a name for, who also died. So police are currently looking for who the locals are calling Slasher. And so this guy turns up, this Shadow Vision dude. And he says that he is there to avenge these deaths and to take out the serial killer. He also says that he has been here or that he has been taking down serial killers for many years. He claims that he has already taken out 2 serial killers in the United States. He says that, let's see, I want to get to that part. He claims to be a real life superhero. He says he protects the innocent at whatever cost and that he would sacrifice his own life to save an innocent life. He says he has exterminated serial killers in North Carolina and another in Arkansas in the 90s. He says he also loves hunting high-ranking gang members. He claims that he's originally from Belfast. He does not show his face. He says that during COVID, he watched a lot of people starting to lose hope, and he decided that this was the time for him to become more prevalent. He says he's only ever worked at night, and now he's showing himself more because people are losing hope and they need to know that there are people in the world who care. He does have a Facebook page called Real Life Superhero Shadow Vision. I spent a fair amount of time on it this afternoon. It's a little strange. He had a PayPal fundraiser for people to help him purchase a car back in April. He has another, like a t-shirt, he sells t-shirts and like merch. He has a merch account. He posted on May 2nd, I know the serial stabber is keeping an eye on my page. So this is a threat to you. When I find you, I will show you what I do to serial killers. I am hunting you now. Lots of people have asked him, what do the police think about you and what you say you're doing here? And he says that the police are completely fine with him. I don't have a quote from the police, so I don't know about that, but that's what he says. He says it takes him 20 minutes to get into all of his garb, and people that have come across him on the street and hugged him claim that he is literally dressed in metal armor under his clothing. Like, this is really happening. This guy is really out there. He also has found 2 other superheroes in Arkansas, Tothian and Master Legend. and they are patrolling together quite frequently. And they're all out doing the same thing, trying to help cut down on crime, and most specifically, looking for some serial killers in the area. Yep. On March 1st, he said that he's found another real life superhero named Rupture. I don't know. I don't know why you'd call yourself Rupture. I just, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. In fact, I would recommend, if you're calling yourself Rupture, maybe you should go to the doctor instead of dress up in superhero clothes. But anyway, if you live in the Little Rock area, you may have seen this guy walking down the street. People are getting pictures with him and, coming across him, wandering around, and says he's fighting crime. Is he actually fighting crime? I don't know. I mean, truth, it would be illegal for him to be fighting crime, to most capacities. And calling out serial killers is a little frightening. Claiming that he's exterminated other serial killers also makes him a killer. We have a system in the US, right? Because vigilantism is the way the wrong thing happens. And I think historically, you got to honor somebody that's this committed to their, I want to say craft, but I don't think he would appreciate that. I don't think he would call it his craft, but to their passion, I guess. I don't know what to think. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Do you think vigilante justice? Do you think there's any room for that in our country, in the US, or in your countries? Do you think there's room for it? Do you think this is something that should be allowed? Do you think this is something that should be dissuaded? Do you think that we need more of it? I mean, we're a mess. We're a hot mess, as we know. But what can we do, right? Anyway, so it's curious at the very least. If you're curious about him, go to Facebook and look at real life superhero Shadow Vision if you want to know more about him. He definitely does not show his face. He says he will not show his face. He does say that he has now learned the name of the serial killer in question and that he is getting close to exterminating him, but he has also challenged him to a one-on-one fight. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I have done a lot of I did a lot of reading because when I first read the article about this guy, I was like, surely this is a spoof, right? Surely this is a spoof. No, it is not. This is a real person who is trying to make a difference in the way that he believes that he should. So, again, I don't know. I'm not sure what to think. He did post on December 23rd. I am hearing so much about the anti-military and anti-governments thinking about declaring war. Just a heads up to those type of people. You come into my country, you will get your ass hurt. I might be one person, but I will protect the people of Pulaski County with my life. So don't be taking your nonsense there. Yep. Interesting stuff. So there you go. So, obviously, I mean, it's interesting now because he's got other people joining him and they're all in like full gear. Whole Rupture and I don't even know what to call the rest of them. Rupture just makes me laugh. Now all I want to do is come up with other like inappropriate like physical things. You got Rupture, you got hemorrhoid, you got boil. I could do this for days and I shouldn't, but anyway. So there you have it. So Betty, she wanted to know if I'm getting any kind of feelings regarding the Summer Wells case in Tennessee. I have not researched the Summer Wells case, but I will definitely take a look at it. I'm going to write that down so that I can take a peek. I'm just going to put it in our listener request file so that we do take a look at it. It sounds like that is one that needs our attention, so I will do so. But there you have it. There's a bunch of weird crime for you. So hopefully things are a little bit normal where you live. I gotta say, usually all this weird crime comes out of Florida, and I didn't have a single Florida case this week. So there you go. Good job, Florida. Not so great on you there, California. And Little Rock, I don't know. Stay weird, I guess. Stay weird. All righty, you guys. Have a great night and an even better weekend. Christy will be back tomorrow with another pop up. And of course, we'll be back next week with all of our regular stuff. Also, Spirit School this Sunday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, taught by me. It will be our monthly meditation. So I'm very excited for that. Let's see. Bob says, I'd be concerned that in the process of killing serial killers, evidence could be destroyed, making it harder for some families to get closure. I think that's a really, really good point, a really important point. And also just the wrong people getting killed. I mean, who are we, you know? But then again, our criminal justice system does that too. So we'll see. But I think that's an excellent point and one that should really be considered. All right, guys, I'm going to do it. So take care. Have a great night. We'll be back soon. This has been another production of True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. Take care.